Hello pets, welcome back. Today we're looking at a new game. This one is Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. It is a colonial strategy, real-time strategy game. Well, turn-based strategy. It has two different turn-based strategy modes. One is world management. The other one is fight management. And both work together really well, but you gotta kind of learn the mechanics of it. One of the problems with this game is when you start, you have so little to work with, so you have to kind of build up to where you have a functional fleet and you have all the controls. Instead of boring you with the first 30 minutes of this game, I'm just going to jump in a little bit. And we're going to start the game I'm currently playing, and I'll show you what's going on in the game and walk you through how the game mechanics work, just so you can get a little bit farther along into understanding the larger game, because it gets very complicated kind of quickly, but it takes a long time to get there. So it may take I think it's like 2 hours to get through the quote-unquote tutorial so you have everything unlocked. So rather than doing that and then compressing it, we're just going to start where I have a lot of stuff and then walk through it. So briefly though, we're going to go over some of the modes here that we have available. First is the new campaign generation, load, resume campaign, custom campaigns, and so on. In here we have, if you have the whole collection, you have all of these campaigns now. You can do a straight Deadlock, which is the original campaign. You can do Deadlock plus Broken Alliance, which is the first expansion, first DLC. And we're integrated with it. You get more content. That's the game we're actually going to be looking at, is an in-progress Deadlock plus Broken Alliance. Following that, you have Sin and Sacrifice, Resurrection, Ghost Fleet Offensive, and then Armistice. This is the First Cylon War, if you know anything about the Battlestar Galactica universe. We're in the middle of the First Cylon War, and Deadlock happens right as the war is breaking out. The first of the Battlestars are supposed to be coming online. You run one of the manufacturing centers. The Cylons destroy the other manufacturing centers. So there's just you to manufacture all of the ships for the fleet. You have the political side trying to deny the war, as usual, and you have the military side trying to prove that we do have this war and we need to worry about it. So the world is basically in chaos, and you're trying to bring it together. What else we have here is the Operation, I did not want to do that. This is one of the other campaign settings. Okay. So this is one of the special campaign settings that you can do. That, and you can read the text here. But you're going out to try and find the Cylons and find out what's going on. It's similar to the main game, but it's a little different. So that's interesting. The skirmish is just that, you versus the computer and random fights. Multiplayer, so you can play against other players. Very cool. And there's the media browser, so you can look at cinematics, movies, and such when you've unlocked them. So let's go ahead and jump into the game. And this is going to resume to the wrong game. I want to load that resume. So give me just a second, and I'll load the correct game. This is, okay, this is the right one. So this is your play area. It looks kind of busy, but this is the battle map. So if you've seen this, the TV shows or the movies, they have in the CIC, you have the plan table in the middle, where they show off the area, the region, what's going on, all the controls. So in this we have all of our interesting information. At the top here, we have each of our colonies. We have what's currently going on. So we currently have a conflict here, but we have battle stars in this location to handle it. We have we have battle stars here, and we have Cylons over here. So this is Cylon controlled space. This is Alliance controlled space. These are all neutral. The green, orange, or red icon beneath is how much support they currently give your fleet, the Colonial Fleet, which you manage. So the green ones are all good. The red ones and the orange ones are not so good. I have no fleets over here. I'm gonna have to fix that. I have to jump somebody up there. And these over here are kind of all questionable. Now, on the map, you have these purple ones. These are timed missions. So you have usually up to 6 turns to do those. Those missions are important because they give you resources, but not important to the story. These red ones here are the ones that are important to the story. Like here, we're actually on chapter 9. So we're far enough in, we're 9 stories into the game, and right now we're dealing with whether or not we should allow the colony to build nuclear warheads to fight the Cylons. So that's kind of where the story is at the moment. The build ship fleet allows you to build new ships. On the left is all your ships that are available. I have a bunch of different ones available because I'm pretty far into the story. On the right here, we have which ones I have queued up, how long it's going to take for them to complete. Actually, and you can build them, you can do a build now, or you can just queue them. Not a big deal. The officer screen, here's all your officers. You can assign officers to fleets. These would be the flag officers for any fleet. Ones that are assigned, you can promote them. If you don't have enough points, say this here doesn't have enough points to promote. So for 2,000 requisition points, I can promote him. There are cases like here. This guy was ready to promote already, and these are different. This over here, this one over here. Everybody has this one. So you will always have these 4 here that give you up to 4,000 fleet points. In the fleet section here, this can change. So sometimes it's CIC. See if it's not CIC. Is everybody CIC in that column? Oh, I gotta promote this guy. That's why. And production. So hold on. Now we can. Okay, so like this guy here has navigations. This one here has armory. So weapon systems. CIC. It's this one here. This is the bay. So this is for fighters. Fighter squad. CIC. Navigation. And that's pretty much it. And then over here you have a couple different ones. So you have the firewall. This means that he doesn't get hacked as easily. This one here is better navigation, repair systems, so gains experience, plus posture range. Cool. These are the ones you want early on. You want this extra experience gain because it makes it real easy to level them up. Now let's see. Intelligence. This is what we know that's going on. Our income, this is what we gain here. Where we have our incomes, where we are currently at. So these are Stephans. We've got Helios locked down pretty good. We don't have Helios Beta. This one's, we're having problems there. We're good with Helios Gamma. And Helios Delta, we're moderate. Right, well, you can work with that. And every turn you get a certain amount of Tilium to support your fleets. Blueprints, this is the last one. This is why I didn't want to show you like the whole game. Because when you start, you have the capital ships, you start with this little Manticore. And I think you start with a couple of these Berserks. But that's it. You have to buy the Adamant, which is one of the most common ships that I currently fly. I don't fly the Ranger or the Celestra. I really don't find a use for the two of them personally, but they have their uses. I just don't find it useful personally. The Minotaur gunship is one that I have a couple of, but again, it wasn't as useful as I thought it was going to be. Now, the Janus Cruiser, same way. It's not as useful as it looks. It looks really useful because it's got a bunch of missiles, but it's really not, because it's an expensive ship. It takes almost 1,000 fleet points to field this. I feel we only have like 8,000 fleet points to work with at max. So you don't have a lot of space to work with this one. And we haven't. See, this is an unlocked one. We don't have this one yet. Battlestars, you start with the Artemis. This is the first one you unlock. I just recently unlocked the Minerva. This is the last one, which is what will be a Galactica. I don't remember what the class name is, but that's the Galactica. We don't have that unlocked yet. Munitions, you have standard missiles, mines, torpedoes, defensive rounds, EMPs, armor-piercing munitions. These are actually useful. I don't use them very often, but they are useful. This is the one we're going for right now, which is the nukes. And then our fighters. Standard fiber Mark 1s and Raptors. Here's your Mark 2s. The Sweeper Squadron, not so useful. And the Assault Raptor, this is useful, kind of. The Raptors have missiles, which is good. The downside is, if you need to capture anything, you have to use a Raptor. One, you can't use the Raptor, the Assault Raptor. They basically got the ability to carry troops to add warfare power. It's good, but it's not as good as I thought it was going to be. So let's go ahead and jump into a fight. I'm going to do a little bit of fleet management here. Show you what that looks like real quick. So I'm going to organize this fleet. So I can take no more. Let's go to the officer real quick. Can I? Alright, Hoffland. Can I afford to do this? No. You're gonna be okay. So alright, this fleet over here. So what you can do is I'll just move the opening around. I can take this ship right here. If I click on it, I click transfer, and I can pass it over to this other fleet, which will increase their fleet points and decrease mine. This allows you to basically move ships around without any issues. So like this one here was a reinforcement fleet, and I moved it up here because it had a bunch of ships that were ready for deployment but weren't deployed yet. This one needed some resupply. This one kind of needed a resupply. But I'm going to jump this bad boy. See, these midpoints here are the ones you have to go to get between the four sections. So he needs to go here to go help that. And this guy here needs to go here for that mission. And this little bad boy, he can stay there. He's useless. He's useless. So let's go ahead and end the turn. And
Base Star Group has been detected.
Everybody moves. Now we have
Battlestar Group is engaging hostiles.
So over here, these are the Cylon troops. These are our troops. And we have two options. In these battles, you can choose to auto-resolve, which let the computer deal with that. Or you can emergency jump, or you can do it manually. Typically, I auto-resolve these. I don't worry about them too much. You almost always win with minor casualties, so this one has a high casualty count. So, yeah, let's check it out. Computer 1 with no casualties.
Battlestar Group is engaging hostiles.
This one here is the same way, except it's only got 7 casualties, so we have no issues with this one. Let it go. Done that. And now, the Hoffman over here. He's ready to deploy against this space target. Let's go ahead and do this one. The way the fights work is it's all turn-based. You can set each ship's trajectories accordingly. They will move as a fleet, or they can move individually. Depending on what your scenario is, depends on which way you want to go. So, oh wow, they're behind us? Okay, so here's the targets behind us. Here's our formation. So when we fly in, we'll be facing this direction. They're over here. That's bad. However, we can rearrange our fleet. And what we want to do is we want to put the Minerva in the middle. Put you on the high. Put you here on the high. Actually, let's put you a little higher. One of the things you have to worry about with missiles is line of sight. Because you can't hit your own ships. It's a problem. But in this case, what we want to do is we want to turn this whole formation this way in such a way that it will look, so it'll work well. So that's what I'm going to try. Should work. You can save on any given turn. So if you're going into kind of an iffy fight, you can save.
Fleet group is
before the
jumping
fight
in
starts.
3, 2.
And then if it doesn't work out, you can go back to that save. So sometimes you might be trying to do like a no death run or something.
IFF confirms SDU forces. Green light to engage.
Now let's see, everybody.
Understood.
Fighters.
Yes, Commander.
Turn the fleet. Now each ship's a little different. Now because I use admins and I use battle stars, you'll always see fighters and missiles. You'll always see that. Sometimes maybe missiles, maybe bombs, maybe armor-piercing warheads, whatever. You choose for heavy munitions. And I always use those because they have both. The battle stars also have flat cannons. If you're launching fighters, do not use your flat cannons. They will take down missiles, but they'll also take down yours and opponent fighters. Your fighters will fly around the flak if they have enough time, but it will warn you if you're going to shoot your own ships. So be aware. And we'll go through the turn. The only downside to this game is that anytime you make a change to the
Open racks and engage.
firing solution, it has to go through a nightmare to resolve it. Let's grab all our fighters. We're going to give them a target in the back.
Yes, sir.
Now, we have a red ship. That means one of our caps is going to collide with somebody this turn. So the question is who? The answer is this guy right here. Take him a
Yes,
little
sir.
higher. Didn't have him quite high enough, apparently. Now, for giggles' sakes, we're going to fire off our munitions at this poor manicore. It's not going to live. But you'll get an idea what the missile warfare looks like. And this is, you can receive as much hate as you send out. There's a cannon fire, and there's a missile launches.
We're taking fire!
It's massive.
Fighter
And if
squadron
you're
is
on
taking
the larger
fire.
ships, then you can drop a whole lot of warheads. A whole lot of warheads. Because some of them may have 3 or 4 tubes that you can fire off. Which is great. But, again, depending on how you want to run your fleet, I like having a lot of fighters, and I like having a lot of missiles. So I gotta balance out. If you wanted to build a whole ship that's a missile fleet, or a whole fleet that's a fighter fleet, you can do that. I like the mix personally. And most of the time you're just progressing the,
IFF confirms unit is hostile.
yeah, you're done. You're just progressing whatever the round does, with basically minimal changes to your fleet motion. The recharging in these here, you can see it. It's got 1 round in this chip. This has got 1 round on both tubes. This has got 1 round. It's got 2 rounds. It's the downside to the adamants is that they got the adamants and the manticores. They take 2 rounds to reload. They take more rounds to reload than the Battlestars. There are some of the more advanced ships that do take less turns, but honestly, there's really no point to it. Not yet. I haven't found a point to having a lot of missile ships. Oh, they're firing. I should have put the flak up.
Missiles incoming.
I'm gonna hurt.
Target locked and watch for clearance.
Someone's gonna hurt. Alright, so let's try and dodge the rest of that. Friendly fighters are that's fine. What's here? That's this guy. So I'm gonna slow him down.
Understood.
And then speed him up. And that should minimize the flak issue. Oh, yeah.
Minerva is taking damage.
Fire.
There she goes.
They'll need more than that to take us down.
All SDU marks are down. Mission complete.
So that's a basic combat. They all fight the same way. Depending on your fleets, it's all the same. There's different mission objectives. So there's sometimes capture a target. There's sometimes destroy a target. Most of the time it's just destroy all enemy fleets. But there are rescue missions. So you have, a ship behind enemy lines, and you've got to get them to safety. That happens occasionally. But pretty much it's the same basic types of fleets. So like this one here, we'll do this one real quick, and we'll see what the video length looks like when I'm done. So I may or may not cut this one out, but we'll go ahead and put it through anyway. We'll go through and do this on a run and see what it comes out to. This is one that I was poking at earlier, and it was giving me some trouble. So, we gotta make an impression here. I got my fleet going all over the spaghetti box. This is one of those I'm probably gonna wish I had a Minerva. On this fleet, but we have to protect these 2 transports. And we have to destroy all these ships. It's not fun. But we'll give it a show. So this is a
Fleet group
standard
is jumping
protection mission.
in 3, 2, 1.
And this thing never goes.
Jump successful. Cylon Daidalos contacts already present at the landing zone, Commander. Freighters 1 and 2 are both accounted for. We need to clear the blockade so the Virgon pilots can make atmospheric entry.
Uh-huh. Where? Alright, so. We're gonna take you two. You two. Despair.
So say we all.
Yeah, I got a ship conflict here.
So say we all.
Do that. Anyway, I thought that was gonna
Launching fighters.
be a conflict, but it'll work. And y'all need to just get into the fry. And you down here. You come up. Like so. That way they're staggered a little more. Alright, so that's our first turn for that. Big trick is you gotta get
clear
your
zone intact. Priority
heavy
1 is
ships
safe
out
hand.
front.
By design, mass detonation devices require 2 entities to arm. Commander, has it not occurred to you that the concept of nuclear testing was manufactured solely to inspire this very reaction?
Rot in hell, robot.
By your command.
Yeah, sounds fun. Okay. So let's take all our fighters. And
Understood.
go send them there. Send all of you. Fighting munitions there. They're not gonna fire missiles this round, but we can fire ours, and next round they will fire missiles, so we can get ourselves out of the way. And get our flat guns up before they fire.
Firing on target.
Fighter squadron is taking fire. Artemis is taking damage.
Come on, bad boy. Blow up. What's she doing? Oh, it's done. Alright, so I need you. I need the 3 Artemises to set up a flag on the left. Okay, now, because of the way this works out, this guy needs to go up just a little bit. That'll clear the flag problem. Now, odds are they'll fire missiles this round, so that'll get rid of that.
Artemis is taking damage. IFF confirms unit is hostile.
Secondary
Missiles incoming.
attack mode.
Looks like my Artemis is just a
unit is
little
down.
too low. It's okay. As long as it stops the flag. This Artemis is gone. She didn't make it. That's a pain. I think she was getting hit by the flag. Even though she was out of range. It sucks. But, you know. You do what you
Understood.
gotta do. The rest of those ships are going to fire missiles this round. I don't think I can fire, can I? No. I was still reloading. So we'll keep our flag up around, and we will target the next ship in the fleet. taking out fires. Yeah, they can do that for this round.
Missiles incoming!
Eat this, toaster!
Squadron
That's
is
the
on
second
guard.
half of the mission.
Missiles incoming!
Missiles.
Target acquisition maintained.
Oh my
Artemis is taking
goodness.
damage.
Even with the flak, though, it went straight through our flag. Ugh. That's bad. Alright, flak down. Flak off. Fleet. Fire missiles. Get 'em. Fighters. What do you have? Let's get rid of that. And
Artemis
turn.
is taking damage.
Just working through all of the problem modes. Losing your ships is part of this war. You hate doing it, but you know you have no choice. It's just one of those things. You know you're gonna lose ships.
Yes, Commander.
It's just the way it works. And all you can do is just burn through them as fast as possible. That's it. That's all you can do. There are cases where you might want to try
Fire!
to...
Artemis is taking damage.
Oh man, it hurts. But when you're dealing with that many missiles, there's really not much you can do. You know, I mean, you can try and use your flak cannons.
Artemis
to
is taking
avoid it.
damage.
It really does not help sometimes. We're gonna lose all 3 Artemis in this fleet. That sucks. Hit the gunship.
Yes, sir.
It's okay though. It's
Artemis
painful.
is
It
taking
sucks.
damage.
Firing solution is
Normally they
online.
take the smaller ships out. And they normally focus on the small adamants, which are much cheaper to replace. But in this case, no, it's...
Understood.
They're going straight at the heavier ships for some weird reason. Don't know why. They don't normally do that. But it's okay. It's not that big of a deal.
We're taking fire!
That last gunship can't take out what I've got left. It's a painful mission, but open.
Daidalos is clean. Freighters 1 and 2 are clear to begin descent.
There is something you should understand, Commander. At every juncture, the Cylon people remain at the whim of human endeavor. You build your ships and your guns, and we respond in kind. Now you insist on nuclear weaponry. After today, so shall we.
Sounds scared.
I am Klothos, and we should all be scared of what stirs, shipbuilder.
Comms channel is dead. Commander, I don't know who or what that was. We have to tell Kane about this, don't we?
Not my place
Yes.
to tell you people how to do your jobs, but she will find out, one way or the other.
Yep. So, she is a more advanced Cylon commander. I've met several Cylon commanders. Some that were more interested in peace. Some that were more interested in war. It kind of varies. The mileage does vary, that's for sure. This one's officer. Kerplik's lost its command officer. It lost its flag officer? Oh, bugger. Yeah, I got unassigned officers. Let's use them. Relatives. Okay. This is Haig. I named the fleets after the flag officer. Like, this is Hoffland, so it's commanded by Hoffland. It allows me to, this is Azul, but it's not being run by Azul, it's being run by Bartholomew, so I gotta change that. So, that's why I usually name them after the like this one here. Epitus. Actually, this was the name of a ship. Sikaz, Kira Azul, and Epitus. So this was the name of the ship originally. I started with naming it as the flagship, but I realized that I lose ships too much. So that's Bartholomew, M-E-W. It's better off to name it after the commanding officer than it is. So here this is another one's named after a ship. Instead of car, oops, it's Carthon. So that's pretty much it. It's just, you manage your fleets. You build your new ships and whatnot. So we go to the build ships. I lost a few. I do have some Minervas coming down the line, which we really need. And I have some more Artemises and Minerva down here. I want to grab 2 more admins. And I want 1 more Minerva and 2 more Artemis. Oh, we gotta go. Because these ships can and will work well, but you gotta give them time. Commanding officers gotta take time to level up. Your flag officers gotta take time to level up. It's a matter of just a waiting game, really. Like this ship here is actually ready to go. There's just 1 more ship. Because that was Andrews. Andrews can't take it. Okay, officer, any upgrade? Okay, so he can't do that. So you kind of have to level out what your ships are and what they are. And then once you get to where you can do the bigger fleets, it's just getting them in the right positions. The trick is outpacing the Cylon fleets. If you can do that, you'll be good to go. But if you want to see more of this game, it's really fun. It's really nice, low-key, easy to work with. Let me know. I'll be happy to play some more Deadlock online and share with everybody. But if you want to see what's going on with it, let me know. And I'll see you next time.